Hello students, all of you are doing good. So today we are going to take second class on ratio and proportion. So in this particular class what I am going to cover difference between ratio and proportion, which already I have explained in my first class, but still I will give a quick recapitulation on that. Second one is what is continued proportion and what is mean proportional, very important one. Most of the times you will have question in the exam. Third one is few important properties of proportion. Those are named as invertendo, alternando, componendo, dividendo. Looks like a Spanish kind of term, but this is a very simple one. Just these are the terminology, right? Fourth one is examples or hands-on based on what you have learned so far in proportion, right? So what I will suggest you please go through my first class on ratio and proportion, where I have covered ratio and proportion difference and mostly in detail about ratio and types of ratio along with few important examples, right? So please go through that video. For what the link is given in this in the description section below in this particular video, and then you continue this one, right? So let's start it. So in ratio, what we understood, ratio is the comparison when you compare two elements or two quantities of same kind with same unit, then this is called ratio. And when proportion, it equates ratio. So if there is one ratio A is to B, that means A and B, these two are of same element of same kind. These two elements are of same kind and same unit, right? And another quantity, let's say it is C is to D. If A is to B, this ratio equates with C is to D, that means A is to B equals to C is to D, then we'll say A to B, A is to B is proportionate to C is to D, or proportionate you can write down like this: A is to B double colon C is to D. So A is to B double colon C is to D, this is the symbol actually it says equals to. So A is to B double colon C is to D, it means A is to B equals to C is to D. This is what proportion. And what is proportion? What is the real life example of ratio and proportion? That I already have covered in my first class, right? So now in proportion, if I say A is to B equals to C is to D, what I will say, A is the first term, D is the fourth term, right? B and C are mean. So if two ratios are equal, let's say A is to B equal to C is to D, I will say this is a relation. This relation, it establishes proportion because it equates two ratios. So this is a proportion. Now if this is a proportion, A is called first term, D is called D, the last one. So A is to B equals to C is to D. That means the first term A, D is the last term. So with whatever is the last term, that is called that positional proportional. That means if D is the fourth term, D can be called as fourth proportional. If there are three ratio, let's say I am saying A is to B equals to B is to C. Here A, B, C, there are three elements where A is to B equals to B is to C. That means A is the first element, C is the third element, so C is the last one. So here I will say C is the third proportional. And out of these A, B, C, D, four elements, D is the last one, so I will say D is the fourth proportional. So D you can say fourth term or fourth proportional. So B and C, these two are called means. These two are called B and C, these two are means. D is fourth proportional, or you can say the first one and last term, first element and last element, both of them you can say it is extremes, because this is the first extreme, this is the last extreme. A is the first extreme, D is the last extreme. So you can say A and D are also called extremes. Now if I see that A is to B equals to C is to D, I mean is to you can express in the form of fraction. This is that I already have explained in the ratio chapter, right, in the class 1. So if A is to B equals to C is to D, what you can say, therefore A into D equals to B into C. That means what I can say, A and D, these two are extremes. So product of extremes equals to product of means. In proportion, product of extremes equals to product of means. Let's say, then what we can write? So what we can say? We can say product of extremes. A is the first extreme, D is the last extreme of the fourth one here in this example. So product of extremes equals to product of means, because B and C are called means, right? So now we'll explain continued proportion. What is continued proportion? Continued proportion is if there are three elements, because if there are three elements of same kind and same unit. What is continued proportion? Continued proportion is if three elements or quantities, of same kind and same unit. Why this is three elements of same kind and same unit? Let's say if there is the proportion relationship of four elements, A is to B equals to C is to D, there is no common element between these two proportion relationship, right? A, B, C, D, all these four different elements, right? So therefore, as per the definition or property of ratio, A and B are of same kind and same unit, whereas C and D are also same kind of and same unit, but not necessarily A and B, these two are the same kind and unit of C and D. C and D are these two are separate. These two are same kind and same unit. A and B are same kind of same unit. But A and B, these two, this is the ratio is same with that ratio. It doesn't mean for both these ratios the kind has to be same. What I mean to say? Let's say A equals to 50 kg. B equals to 100 kg, C equals to 50 kilometer, D equals to 100 kilometer. Just I am giving you one example. So when you make A is to B, what is the ratio? Kg cancel, 50 is to 100, 1 is to 2. For C is to do it, same thing, the same unit, therefore the same unit, and ratio is 1 is to 2. So not necessarily these two A, B, C, D, all of these four will have same kind and same unit. A and B is separate, C and D separate. It may be same, it may not be same. But when I am talking about continued proportion, that means there is a common element between these two ratio. So continued proportion is when A is to B equals to B is to C. Continued proportion is when A is to B equals to B is to C. That means there is one common element which is B here between these two ratios. This is the common one. This B is called proportional mean. So therefore, if B is common to both the ratios, that means B will have the same kind and unit of A, and here also B will have the same kind and unit of C. That means all A, B, C are of same kind and same unit, which is not right for normal proportional relationship. It is true only for continued proportion. In continued proportion, all three elements has to have the same unit and same kind and same unit. Remember, that is why it is said if three elements or quantities of same kind and same unit in a proportion, that is called continued proportion. So this is a proportional relationship, and in this relationship B element, this is common in both the ratios. Therefore, B will have the same kind and unit of A and C. That is why this is the definition. Right, now B is called mean proportional. So in a continued proportional relationship, middle one is called is the mean proportional. So what is the value of B? So A by B equals to B by C. That means B square equals to AC, which is also true with this relationship what I said a few minutes back, that product of, because when you have A, B, C, A and C, these two are extremes. First extreme A, C is the last extreme. So product of extreme equals to product of means. Here the mean is say one mean, that means twice B is used, B and B square. If it is A is to B equals to C is to D, there B and C, these two are means. Here only one mean. So in this relationship, normal proportional relationship, which is not continued proportion, here we say A into D equals to B into C, which is product of extremes equals to product of means. Here also it is product of extremes equals to product of means. Since both the means are equal, therefore it is B square. So B square is equals to AC. This is what the relation, this is the equational form of mean proportional, where B is the mean proportional. So B is the, it is said B is the mean proportional of 4 and 9. In that case, what is the mean proportion? That means B square equals to 4 into 9, that is equals to 36. That means B equals to 6 plus minus 6. Because how you will establish the relationship? If B is the mean proportional, that means 4 is to B equals to, if you don't remember the formula, just understand the concept. So that means 4 is to B equals to B is to 9. That means B square equals to 36. Got it? So this is what mean proportional. So for mean proportional, if three elements or quantities are of same kind and unit, if three elements or quantities are of same kind and same unit, then only you can say it is in continued proportion. So when there are three elements in continued three elements and you are building the proportional relationship, definitely there is one common one. Which is the common one? Proportional mean or mean proportional. That is the common one. So here B is the common one. B is called mean proportional. Got it? Now let's say there is a proportional relationship. It is given A is to B equals to C is to D. How will you make it as a continued proportion? How will you make it as a continued proportion? So continued proportion, what have we learned? We have learned for three elements, if three elements or quantities are of same kind and same unit, so there will be three elements. For continued proportion, always there will be three elements. Make sure. Here we have four elements, so you need to make three elements. So if you need to make three elements, what you need to do? You need to make one common element between these two. So how can you make that? I have explained in ratio. Let's say if A is to B equals to B is to C, you can straight away say A is to B is to C. Find out A is to B is to C. Right. But if the element is same, the value is not same, you need to make the value same. That means what I said in my earlier class, that if A is to B is given 2 is to 5 and B is to C is given 4:10, right? If A is to B is given 2:5, B is to C is given 4:10, that means both the ratio, I can write down A is to B equals to B is to C equals to 2:5, because B is to C 4:10 means 2:5, right? So A is to B equals to B is to C equals to 2:5 I can write down. But if you are asked to find out A is to B is to C, if the relationship is given A is to B equals to 2:5 and B is to C equals to 4:10, then find out A is to B is to C. What is the value of A is to B is to C? In that case, what you need to do? You need to make the value of element B common, which is not here. Here you have A is to B equals to 2:5, B is to C equals to 4:10. What I told you earlier in my earlier class, if B value is not same but the element is common, to make it equal, what you need to do? You need to do the LCM of the B element, B common element value. So what is the B element value here? It is 5, and B element value here it is 4. Let's say 5 and 4. What is the LCM? The LCM of 5 and 4 equals to 20. So you need to make the B element value 20 for both the ratios. So for that, what you need to do? You need to make A by B equals to 2 by 5. You need to make B as 20. So 5 into 4. You need to multiply with the same number, both numerator and denominator. So it will be 8 by 20. Now for B by C, B is to C or B by C, it is 4 by 10. That means you need to make it B as 20. That means you need to multiply with 5. You need to multiply denominator also 5. That means it is equals to 20:50. That means A is to B is 8:20. B is to C is 20:50. So what is A is to B is to C? A is to B is to C equals to 8 is to 20 is the common one, 20 is to 50. So 8 is to 20 is to 50. 8 is to 20 is to 50. So now these three are in continued proportion because there is one common element. Now for 4 elements, so that means what you have done, you make B and C values same. So if there is a relationship given A is to B equals to C is to D, and you need to build the continued proportion. What you need to do? You need to make B and C values same, because here A and D, these two are extremes. D is also called fourth proportional, but B and C, these are means. That means if these two values you need to make same, what you need to do? You need to make the LCM of BC. LCM of B and C, which is equals to BC. That means you need to multiply A is to B. What you need to do? A by B. You need to make it C. That means B into C. Numerator also you need to multiply with C. So it will be AC is to BC. For B, C is to D. For C is to D, what you need to do? You need to make this C also common with this BC, right? So it will be, you need to multiply with B, both numerator and denominator. So it will be BC is to BD. BC is to DB. Conventional way, circular, DB. So what is the relation, continued proportion relationship? It will be AC is to, that means AC is to BC is to DB. Where BC is the mean proportional. BC is the mean proportional. Okay, got it. So if there are 4 different values are given, you are asked to find out the continued proportion relationship. That's how you need to do. Okay. So now I have covered continued proportion and mean proportional, which is a very important concept, and you almost 90% probability you can expect question in the exam on this continued proportion and mean proportional with different types of. I will show few of the examples though, right? But if you understand the concept, then whatever is the kind of problem, you can resolve it. Okay. So now there are few terms: invertendo, alternando, componendo, dividendo, componendo and dividendo, right? So just look into the concept. This is absolutely easy. Just term wise you need to map with the mathematical relationship. So if the relationship is true for all those five cases, if A by B equals to C by D, or A is to B equals to C is to D, and you make the reciprocal both sides, you reciprocate both sides, then also it is equal. That means B by A equals to D by C. This is very simple. Forget about ratio proportion. You know very well. If you just alter it, if you just reciprocate, in any case, let's say two by 3 equals to 4 by 6, then obviously 3 by 2 equals to 6 by 4, because then 6 by 4, if you reciprocate both sides, this side it is 3 by 4, this is also 3 by 2, 3 is to 2. So if you reciprocate both sides, then also it is equal. So B by A equals to D by C. Alternando, what is this? Alternando is just you cross multiply, right? So if A by B equals to C by D, you can say A by C equals to B by D, because in the relationship A by B equals to C by D, what you are doing, you are just changing the position of numerator and denominator, right? So C is coming here, B is going there. So A by C equals to B by D. That you can do, right? Componendo. Componendo is if A by B equals to C by D, what you can say? You can add the denominator with the numerator both sides, then also the relationships is same. That means as per the componendo part, if A by B equals to C by D, then A plus B by B equals to C plus D by D. Simple. As per dividendo, it is subtraction. A minus B by B equals to C minus D by D. And if you apply both componendo and dividendo, that means A plus B by A minus B. So you are doing addition in the numerator and subtraction in the denominator. So A plus B by A minus B equals to C plus D by C minus D. That is componendo dividendo. I will show a few examples there. Probably you will see the application of componendo and dividendo property, right? So these are the few definitions of properties that you need to apply while doing problems in proportion, right? Now let us do some examples or hands-on, then it will be also much easier for you to relate whatever I have explained here, right? If A square plus C square, AB plus CD and B square plus D square, some numbers are given, some, right, some format is given, are in continued proportion, are in continued proportion. This is the main point here. Then prove that A, B, C, D are in proportion. So what is given, you need to express this in mathematical relationship. 3 elements or quantities are given and said these are in continued proportion. So middle one, so what is the relationship given? A square plus C square by AB plus CD. If 3 elements are in continued proportion, that means middle one is the common one. So A square plus C square by AB plus CD equals to AB plus CD equals to AB plus CD by B square plus D square. This is the given relationship. What you need to prove, this is given. What you need to prove? You need to prove A is to B equals to C is to D. So that means A by B equals to C by D. That you need to prove. So now just multiply. Let's see what happens. It is, I'm multiplying these two, A square plus C square into B square plus D square. So it is A square C square plus A square D square plus B square C square plus C square D square equals to AB plus CD whole square. If AB plus CD whole square means AB whole square is A square plus B square, A plus B whole square formula. So A square B square plus C square D square plus 2 ABCD. Okay? Or, so A square B square both side. That means you can cancel. These two are cancelling. Right? C square D square cancelling. That means if you change the side, I am just making it simple here. So if you change the entire side here, you take the entire expression, this left side of the equal to sign, and right side it will be 0, right? So A square B square minus A square B square. If you take A square B square in this side, that means A square B square minus A square B square. If you take C square D square in that side, that means changing the side means changing the sign. So C square D square minus C square D square, right? So now what you have left with? You are left with A square D square plus B square C square minus, you are changing the side, 2 ABCD equals to 0. Now what you can say? It is AD whole square plus BC whole square minus 2 ABCD means AD minus BC whole square. Is A minus B whole square. AD minus BC whole square, you can write down like this, equals to 0. That means AD equals to BC, which is basically A by B, B is coming down, A by B equals to C by D. So this is the relation you need to prove. That means since you have proved A is to B equals to C is to D, that means A, B, C and D are in proportion. So what you have proved, A is to B equals to C is to D. Got it? First example. This is the second example. So what is the condition is given? What is the condition given? If A not equals to B and A is to B is the duplicate ratio of A plus C and B plus C. So, and then prove C is the mean proportional of A and B. So, express the mathematical condition in mathematical expression. Express this condition as a mathematical expression. So, A is to B, this is the duplicate ratio. If you remember duplicate ratio, I have explained already in my class 1. I mean, what is duplicate ratio? Duplicate ratio is the compound ratio of two equal ratios. So if there is one ratio A by B is given, then what is the duplicate ratio of that? It is A square by B square. How it was coming? I have explained in my last video. Because if A by B equals to C by D, then what is the compound ratio? A into C by B into D. Now, if A by B equals to C by D, you replace C by D with A by B. That means A square by B square. So, compound ratio, duplicate ratio of A by B is A square by B square. So, now, what it is saying, A is to B is the duplicate ratio of A plus C and B plus C. Right. So, what is the duplicate ratio of A plus C and B plus C? Duplicate ratio of A plus C and B plus C is A plus C whole square by B plus C whole square. That is equals to A is to B. It is given. That means A by B. So the given condition is A plus C whole square by B plus C whole square equals to A by B. Now what you need to prove? You need to prove C is the mean proportional. C is the mean proportional of A and B. That means what it is given? C square equals to AB. If C is the mean proportional of A by B, A and B, that means A by C equals to C by B. C by B. Sorry. So actually it is given A by C equals to C by B. So C square equals to AB. That is actually you need to prove. How you will prove that? So what it will do? A square plus, just you break it, A plus B whole square plus 2AC by B square plus B square plus C square plus 2BC equals to A by B. Just multiply, cross multiplication. So I am multiplying this B with this. So A square B plus BC square plus 2ABC equals to AB square plus AC square plus 2ABC, right? So now I am cancelling these two. What am I doing? Now I am cancelling 2ABC, right? So you can take common BC square minus, you are taking AC square this side, BC square minus AC square, okay, plus A square B minus AB square equals to 0. So BC into, sorry, so C square into B minus A plus AB into, or minus AB into A minus B equals to 0, right? So what is this coming? It is coming A minus B into C square minus AB equals to 0. Now you remember factorization or zero product rule in the quadratic equation chapter. You can look into the video also I have prepared in my channel. So as per the rule of zero product rule, so in factorization either A minus B equals to 0 or C square minus AB equals to 0. But if A minus B equals to 0, that means if A minus B equals to 0, then A equals to B, which is not, you cannot have A equals to B, A not equals to B. So this condition will not be here. So what is the next conditions? Then C square minus AB equals to 0. C square minus AB equals to 0 means C square equals to AB, and that is what you need to prove, C square equals to AB. So that is what. So mean proportional, what is given in your problem, that you need to express in mathematical equation, and what you are supposed to find out, that also you express in the mathematical representation. So then you start the problem, right? Then you start solving the problem. So first you need to identify what actually you need to find out, what you need to prove, right? So this is what. So main part is mean proportional and duplicate ratio. These two are the driving or driving point for this for the solution of this problem. Okay. Okay. Our third problem. If 6 is the mean proportional, if 6 is the mean proportional of x and y, so both the numbers are unknown, x and y, and 48 is the third proportional to x and y, then find the numbers. That means you need to find out x and y. So you need to find out x and y. What are the given conditions? You need to represent in that in mathematical form. So 6 is the mean proportional to x and y. That means 6 x by 6 equals to 6 by y, or straight away you can write down xy equals to 36. It is condition number 1 that is given already. It is condition number 1, xy equals to 36. Another condition which is given, 48 is the third proportional to x and y. That means x, y, 48. Then who is the mean proportion? Mean proportional is y, because as I explained already in proportion, if there are 4 elements, a is to b equals to c is to d, then a and d are the extremes, or d is the fourth proportional and b and c are means. But if I say a is to b equals to b is to c, that means b is the mean proportional, a is the first term, and c is the third proportional, right? So if it is said that 48 is the third proportional to x and y, that means c is 48. So that means x is to y equals to y is to 48, right? Third proportional means x, what it is given, x is to y equals to y is to 48. This is what the condition given. So if this is what the condition given, what you can find out from here, x by y equals to y by 48, that means y square equals to 48x. That is another condition given. So now if there are two variables x, y and two equations are given, you can easily find out x, y. If two number of variable is equals to the number of given equation, there is no problem. Just what you need to do, let's say y square equals to anything, either you replace y with x or you replace x with y, whichever is, right? So now if I say y square equals to 48x, y square equals to 48x, that is already one relation. Now you replace y with, so if xy equals to 36, that means x equals to 36 by y. So now you replace this x value with y, or y square equals to 48 into 36 by y, right? So y equals, so what is from here, what you can say, y square into y, that means y cube equals to 48 into 36. So how you can represent, because if this side is cubic, you need to represent this side also in a cubic format, otherwise you need to find out cube root, which is very, time consuming. So how you can express this one to make the calculation in a simplified way? So I can write down 8 into 6, 48, and then 6 into 6, 36. So now what it is there, 8 means 2 cube, and there is already 3 6s, 3 cube. That means it is 2 into 6 cube equals to 12 cube. So therefore y equals to 12. If y equals to 12, what is the value of x? X equals to 36 by 12 equals to 3. So the final value is x equals to 3, y equals to 12. This is what the solution. Very simple. Just you need to represent the problem in mathematical expression, and also what you need to find out, that also you need to represent in the mathematical expression. Then you just do it. The more you will practice, the more you will learn. Problem number 4. Find fourth proportional to 3a, 6a square, 2ab square. Just the same thing again and again. It is hammering you so that you can learn. I am just trying to hammer you with different type of problems. Almost similar. Find fourth proportional to 3a, 6a square, 2ab square. So if there are 3 elements, a is to b, 4 elements, a is to b equals to c is to d, then d is the fourth proportional. So that means here 3 elements are given. Find out the fourth proportional. Let's say the fourth proportional is x, right, or d you can say. So 3a is to by 6a square equals to 2ab square by d. D is the, let's say d is the fourth proportional. So 3a by 6a square equals to 2ab square by d. So what is the value of d? D equals to 2ab square into 6a square by 3a, right? So now equals to a and a cancel, right? And 3, 6, it is 2. That means it is 2 into 2, 4, 4a square b square. 4a square b square. This is the fourth proportional. So fourth proportional of 3a, 6a square, same way. There is nothing new. Find third proportional to x by y plus y by x. This is one element, and another element root over x square plus y square. So what is the third element? So third element means this is the mean ratio. This is the mean proportional. That means root over x square plus y square whole square. So basically it is b square equals to ac form. So b square equals to product of extremes. That means x by y plus y by x. If the third proportional is z, I assume third proportional is z. So what it is? Root over x square plus y square whole square means x square plus y square equals to, you just do the addition, x square plus y square by xy into z. Therefore z equals to, therefore z equals to, you can cancel these two, xy into x square plus y square by x square plus y square equals to xy. So what is the third proportional? Third proportional is z, which is equals to xy. This is the answer. Very simple, right? Okay. Another example is, if 4m plus 3n by 4m minus 3n equals to 7 by 4, find m is to n. So find m is to n. What it is given? Given 4m plus 3n by 4m minus 3n equals to 7 is to 4, 7 by 4. Now, if we apply, if you remember, so you need to find out m is to n. So what you can do? On top you can have m, in the numerator and in denominator you need to have n. So m is to n. That's how you need to do. So what you can do? You can apply componendo dividendo. If you remember, if a is to b equals to c is to d, as per componendo dividendo, a plus b by a minus b equals to c plus d by c minus d. That means here what we can write down, we can do the same thing, numerator 4m plus 3n plus denominator or the ascendants 4m minus 3n. So a plus b by a minus b, 4m plus 3n minus 4m, minus of minus 3n means plus 3n, equals to 7 plus 4 by 7 minus 4. So here it's cancelled, 3n 3n, here it is cancelled, 4m 4m. Now what is the value? It is 8m by 6n equals to 11 by 3. Therefore m is to n equals to 11 by 3 into 6 by 8. That means it is 3 2s are 6, so 22, sorry, 3 2s are 6 and then 2 4s are 8. So what is the ratio? Ratio is 11:4. So that is the answer, equals to 11:4. That is what the answer. So here what we have applied, you need to write down in that line itself, applying componendo dividendo. So where you are doing this a plus b by e minus b equals to c plus d by c minus d, adjacent, in that same line you write down applying componendo dividendo property, right? That is what. So I hope you understand very well, and the examples, those are also very much useful what I have explained in this particular video. So if you like it, please click on the like button, or if you want to have this kind of structured classes again and again, so please subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.